Hello, this is Brad Waller with my regular video, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about volunteering. I'm in my car and it's kind of hazy out, so I shouldn't have direct sun on my face. I'm hoping the lighting will be better today, but I think that volunteering is a very important thing for us to do as responsible citizens, members of a community. If you look at some of my bios, I've described myself as a serial volunteer. A lot of people say, serial entrepreneur or something like that. I'm a serial volunteer because I just can't get away from it. I don't know why. Everybody doesn't have to do it like I do. They don't all have to be crazy volunteers that just do everything and get involved with everything. But it's still something that is very valuable for you to do. I think it helps build. Sorry, a car is coming into my lane. Got to turn left, so I'm going to come into the lane and go left. Being part of your community is important. We live in our communities. We are citizens, and I think there's some responsibility of being a good citizen and being a good contributor. Since I have been here in Redondo Beach, let's see, I went through the Citizens Police Academy, and that was actually a lot of fun. You got to learn all about how the police operate, every department of the police, from SWAT to domestic violence response. So we talked to, I don't remember how many sessions it was, 8 or 12 weekly sessions, couple hours, and we got to hear all about one department, the forensics and everything else. Every time we would go in, there'd be a different department. We'd hear from them, find out what's going on, meet some of the police people. I got to do a ride along. You kind of realize that, what you see on TV isn't always exactly the same as what it's like for the officer there. They don't have all the information. I was on a call. We had a man with a gun, and he's in his car, and he's going from here to here. Well, when we stopped the guy, and yes, I was the lead car that got to stop the guy, I don't know whether this guy's got the gun or not. So, of course, they're going to use as much safety as they can and point guns at him and all that kind of stuff. Turns out it was a malicious ex-girlfriend who reported him, and he didn't have a gun. But how do you know that as a police officer? The next thing I did as a volunteer was probably parent committee at the preschool. After that, it would have been a tie between working for the PTA at the elementary school and helping out with soccer. My daughter did AYSO soccer, so I'd been a paid referee in high school. It was one of my jobs, was a soccer referee. So figured I'll go to class, I'll do that. So I did the volunteer refereeing for a while, and what I realized was, and this is a good thing for any of you younger parents, if you're involved and you do the refereeing, you're going to end up going to all the practices, going to all the games, and refereeing a few games. But you can volunteer if you've got the skills. I had, I think, enough that I was able to be an assistant coach for the team. So instead of refereeing, I was coaching. So I went to all the practices, I went to all the games, and my volunteering was taken care of without having to miss the entire weekend. So I think that was really a big thing. The elementary school PTA had some minor issues, not horrible, crazy stuff, but controversies. And my position there was parliamentarian because I knew Robert's rules, and that was the open position. And that, my resolution of that got me pulled up to the council level. PTAs have unit, council, district, and then the state, and then national. Not everybody is in a council, but ours is. So I got up to the council level as parliamentarian. And after a few years of being parliamentarian, auditor, treasurer, webmaster at the elementary school, I did numerous positions at the council level. I did some positions at the district level. Was, I don't know if the right word is discovered, but noticed for my Twitter coverage of the PTA convention and recruited to be part of the communications commission at the state level, where they then asked me to be the vice president of communications. And at that point, like, I don't know what's going on yet. I can't do it. So I got somebody else to do it that year. And of course, I was pushed pretty hard to do it the next term, and that is what I'm doing. So I am currently the vice president for communications for the California State PTA. And about the same time as I guess I was probably getting into the commission. I don't remember exactly when I started doing that, being on the commission, but I also ran for school board. There were 3 openings, and I looked at what was there and saw, what is my next logical step? I'm involved at the PTA. How can I be even more involved and know more about what's going on? I felt that I had the right skills. I know how to make decisions. I understand budgets. I am comfortable making hard, unpopular decisions when necessary. I'm passionate about education, so I figured, why not? Now is the time. There's 3 open spots. This is going to be my best opportunity to run if I'm ever going to run for school board. And the other 2 people that ran were people that I either knew pretty well or knew through their wives or something like that. And the 3 of us, we didn't run as a block or anything like that, but we did our best to convince anyone else who was considering running that this wasn't their time and they should wait. So the 3 of us were able to run unopposed, and I got on the school board in 2013. Had to run again in 2017. That time I was opposed, so that was a competitive election, and I prevailed in that one. So in fact, all 3 of us did. The 3 incumbents came back and were serving what is likely our final term. We have term limits here in Redondo Beach, so that implies it's our last term unless something odd happens, and odd things always do happen in politics and cities and all that kind of stuff. So there's always a chance that somebody else in our group could serve one more term. Whoops, and I can't get through here. There's a guy up in a cherry picker and a work truck, so I'm gonna have to go around. But when I'm done with the school board, and school board is not a paid position as well. PTA is not a paid position. I get reimbursed for expenses, but I do not have a salary or anything like that. So you don't do the PTA to earn money. You don't do school board to earn money. You have a little bit of power, but it's not a power trip. You're not getting a whole lot out of that either. So you do it for the love of it, to be involved, to make a difference, to be a good citizen. And that's what I've been doing. So be a volunteer, contribute to your community, and do good things. As we put it in PTA, do good things for kids. Brad Waller, signing out.